Kylie Bertucci, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia with you. Hello. I've been busy running around. Hopefully you can all see me and technology is working well. So when you jump on, please tell me where you're from. Leave me a message so I know that you're here and everything's working okay. On my computer screen it looks happy, so that's always a good start. So how is everyone? How are you this fine day? It's a beautiful day here in Melbourne. It's not often we get a nice hot day. It's been a long time since we've had a hot day, so it's really nice to have some warm weather. Jump on in. Hopefully I can see some comments jumping through soon. It's good learning all this new technology. I'm like, where do I look? Oh yes, I can see. Hello, here we go. This is excellent. So I'm just going to grab my little mouse here so that I can see all of your comments. For some reason on the Switcher Studio, some of the comments come up as like a private user, so I don't know who you are, and I don't want that. I want to know exactly who's commenting to me. So hello, Lauren. Hello, Candy. Maria, Randy. I know where you're from, Randy. I know you. So good you can all be here. Thanks for jumping on live. It is Monday in Australia anyway. For some people it's Sunday. I know. Oh no, actually it'll be Sunday for everyone else because we're always a day ahead of everyone else. Oh, you've got sunny weather in Hobart too. Wow, it's hot everywhere. If it's hot in Hobart, it's hot everywhere. 9 p.m. And Lisa, is it Sunday for you? In Idaho. That sounds so cool. I can't say that without doing it in an American accent. Idaho. If I say it in the Australian accent, Idaho. It's so disgusting. Our Australian accent is not pretty. Oh, I'm so happy to hear you're using your Bow Easy, Miranda. It is very tricky. I do warn people, you feel like you're all thumbs and fingers, but it does get better. I can assure you. Oh, look, everyone's jumping in. Hello. Oh, Kuniko-san, konnichiwa, genki desu ka? Oh, you got a Bow Easy too, Shelley. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so happy. That Bow Easy, it's very tricky, but I'm telling you, once you get used to it, it's going to be your new best friend. Other than the Stamparatus, it'll be your other new best friend. Snow in Colorado. Oh my goodness, we're boiling hot here. Oh, thank you, Victoria. I think our accent is quite, like when we go traveling, we're like, oh my goodness, is that what we sound like? Thunderstorms in Adelaide. Yes, and daylight savings. So yes, it is a little bit earlier. Did you like my little setup of having the countdown? It would help if I actually came on time. I was almost there. But it was pretty cool, wasn't it, having the schedule? I thought that was, a bit of fun. Scheduled live coming soon. Makes me look all fancy. I just need someone to introduce me now. That'll be the next step. Hello. Konnichiwa. Hi, Laura. Good to see you on here. Oh, that's so sweet, Lisa. My accent is beautiful. You'll keep. You're my bestie. So I actually was looking at what I created this week and I feel like I'm missing something because I feel like I've created a lot this week. I mean, we've been doing swaps and team gifts for on stage. We've only got like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't want to actually know exactly how much time we have before we leave. I think it might be 3 weeks before we head off to Orlando. So I wanted to make sure all my team gifts were sorted and packed. So thank goodness for my lovely husband. Bruno's been very busy. He's been packing and sorting and getting them all ready. And we've been photographing them ready for our blog posts while we're away. So there's a lot to organise around here. But we will get there. We always do. And if not, we wing it. We get on the plane and, write the blog post somewhere else and then copy it to the blog. It somehow always ends up working out. But I really, really don't want to be stressed. I don't want a late night before our flight. Fortunately, we have an afternoon flight, so it's not too early in the morning that we have to leave, but I'd like to not be stressed before we go this time. That is the mission. Do not leave stressed. Fortunately, oh, thank you for sharing, Angie. Really appreciate that. Fortunately, we have a day where we can relax a little bit, and then it's like, boom, we're hitting the ground running. On the Wednesday, we've got a function with Lisa Curcio and Brandy Cox, and a few other demonstrators. They've got their team gathering. That is going to be really great because I get to speak at that gathering, which is a bit nerve-wracking. So this will be in Florida, in Orlando, in 3 weeks' time. And then that afternoon, we get to go to the Epcot Center at Disney in the afternoon, which is going to be really nice to try all the foods. It's like the food expo type thing. So we get to try all the foods from around the world. And I've always wanted to go to the Epcot. I've read about this amazing international food festival that they have there. And yeah, we get to go with Stampin' Up. So that's pretty cool. And we get to see all the demonstrators from around the world. So that will be on Wednesday, and that's for the center stage. So that's all those that have achieved a certain title, which is Silver Elite and above. So we'll get to mix with a lot of cool demonstrators and say hello again. I know, I'd be jealous too, Jennifer. So that's going to be unreal. And then the actual event, Stampin' Up event for the 30th anniversary starts on the Thursday. So we have pretty full days, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On the Friday, it sort of breaks up a bit in between. There's like a morning session, then we have a break, and then it's an evening session. It's like evening stamping. So in the break, I've organised a meet and swap type thing just for hopefully to meet as many demonstrators as I can that I've met online. So people that are part of my Random Act of Kindness group, people that are part of my training, people that are part of Love It, Chop It, people that follow my video, anyone basically who follows me anywhere, and I follow them because there's a lot of demonstrators I'm really looking forward to connecting with. And so if you haven't seen that event, it is actually on this page. If you go to my events section, there's a little event that says meet and swap, and that will be on the Friday of on stage. So that's going to be a lot of fun. At the moment, there's, I think 94 have said they're definitely coming, and 75 have said maybe. Mabes, we might be there, Mabes, just depends. So hopefully we probably should end up with about 150. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? We have to get a nice big group photo of all of us together and work out how we know each other. It's like, where have I spoken to you on Facebook somewhere? So this week I did this one here. You probably saw this for our first training program blog hop. And it went so well. I'm so proud of all that took part. I was going to say all the girls. Yes, it was all the girls. And it was amazing. Seriously, everyone did so well. We all learnt so much too from each other. So it was really good to hop with them. They're learning a lot in their training, and it's great to sort of push yourself out of your comfort zone. Some of them have never done blog hops before. It was their first blog hop. So yeah, definitely go and check out that blog hop. It's on my blog. You'll go to craftykylie.com. And you'll see it on the side. It'll have the most recent, probably one of the popular posts that are sitting there. There's over 40, I think, that ended up taking part in that blog hop, which is just amazing. So, yeah, definitely get a lot of inspiration from demonstrators around the world. And they're demonstrators that are really pushing themselves to learn new things and to really amp up their business. They've decided, you know what? I love Stampin' Up as a hobby, but I want to get more. Like maybe they're going for the trip. This year we can earn a trip to Maui. So they might be trying to earn the trip to Maui. They could be just trying to increase their sales, or they might be trying to increase the amount of people they introduce to Stampin' Up. So have new team members join them. But they're doing a really, really good job. It's a little bit overwhelming at the moment. There's a lot going on in the group, but I'm sure it will settle down, and I'm sure they're going to learn a lot. So it's very exciting to have them as part of that course or that training program for the next year. A whole year of training. So yes, they're going to be new people when they come out. Hello, Sarah. Everyone who does that training, they're like, oh my goodness, I just see things so differently now after doing the training. So, and it just seems to keep increasing every year, which is really exciting, but it's like more and more intense each year because more ideas and help and support. So we're trying to help disperse the information because there is a lot of information on there. Everyone has something special to share. But I absolutely love this stamp. One thing that you'll notice, do you like my trees? Do you like my leaves? I was very happy how I worked out how to do that. And I used my Stamparatus. This was all done with the Stamparatus, which I highly, highly recommend. But the leaves I actually dabbed, I did Granny Apple Green, and then I just did the outside with Shaded Spruce. So just gave this really sort of, you know, textural, like 3D effect. That's the word I'm thinking. What am I thinking of? But I love how some of them I did just Granny Apple Green. I didn't put any texture on there. But the ones that sort of are closer, are darker, and then, yeah, it sort of has this effect of light and dark. And that was just done with a sponge dauber around the edge, sort of like the rock and roll technique. But because I had it on the Stamparatus, I just used my sponge dauber to daub around the outside. So that's a really nice, simple technique to think of. And with this treehouse builder, you might have got frustrated when you first did it and it didn't line up quite right. The Stamparatus is amazing, but you know, sometimes it can be just out just by a little tiny millimeter. So I found using my markers was a perfect way to get in those little tiny pieces that we may have missed. The roof, I did a little bit skew-if. It was a little bit off center, so I just redid it, but just slightly on the other side. But I could have just grabbed my marker and just sort of, you know, fiddled with it a bit. So that's that set, because it can be a little bit fiddly, this set, but I think it just has the most beautiful, gorgeous picture. And I think this is perfect for little boys. I mean, girls as well, they dream about tree houses, but I just think it's really, really sweet for the boys. That's why I've done it in the blue. But I thought even with the red door, I did lovely lipstick on this one. It still has that cute boy look to it. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with that one. And then that's the tree ring stamp set in the background that I've done on Crumb Cake with Crumb Cake ink. So check that out on my blog with all the amazing other hoppers as well. We also went live with our gallery this week, and this theme for this month for the International Blog Highlights Gallery, you can actually head over there and vote for your top 5. So you get 5 votes. Hi Dad, good to see you. I love seeing Dad jump on here. Yeah, you can go over there, go over to the blog, check out all the different projects, and you can vote for your top 5, and then the top 10 will be hopping together at the end of the month. So they get a really cool little gift where they get to expand maybe their skill set. A lot of them have hopped before. They're incredible artists. So yeah, definitely go over there, check out what you like, vote for your favorites, because that does help them to be part of something at the end of the month, which is a lot of fun. We get a lot of traffic to our blog as well when we do the hops together, and it's a great way to learn from each other too. Plus you'll get lots of inspiration, because the theme this month we've done sorry. And the reason why I think sorry is a really good theme is because sometimes I think these days people find it difficult to apologize. We're almost trained to not say sorry. It's like admitting fault. I don't want to admit fault, so therefore I'm not saying anything. I'm keeping silent. And we can kind of bring that into our relationships where we might be like, oh, I don't want to apologize, or, you know, I know I did something wrong, but oh, it's just awkward now. But we have something very powerful, the fact that we can give a card and actually say, and I have received a sorry card, and I tell you what, it's so healing. It's so lovely when you get this card from someone and they're like, you know what, I apologize for my behavior, or I apologize for what I did. You know, I hope you can forgive me. I'm really sorry. And I think it's a really special thing to teach your children and teach, you know, for us to practice. So we have a lot of beautiful stamp sets that help us. You had nothing for the theme. Oh, there you go. And it helped you to order a stamp set because you realized you had a hole in your stamp collection. Oh, there you go. I thought it sort of hit me, and I thought it's one of those things that, we could obviously, Jessie, you don't need to apologize, Jessie. I think I apologize to you more often than you need to apologize to me because I'm whipping her. Sorry, Jessie, but hurry up. But no, it is really cathartic for both the person that says sorry. I think it just lifts a weight off your shoulders, but also the person that receives it. And even if they're like, what are you talking about? You didn't even have to say sorry. How stupid. But they're not gonna look at you and go, oh my goodness, I can't believe they gave me a sorry card. Like, what sort of a person is that? Like, they're gonna be like, oh, what a lovely person. They're happy to apologize. So you're not going to lose any cred for saying sorry. You're only going to gain it. You'll be like, oh, I'm going to be a friend of theirs for life now. They're willing to make mistakes and say sorry for it. So, yes, there you go. That's our theme this month. So go and check it out. There's a lot of really interesting cards there. And of course, we can say sorry. I'm in America, we notice that people say, like I said, oh, I'm sick, I'm not feeling well. And in America, people tend to say, oh, I'm so sorry. And we don't use that here in Australia, but it's like fellow empathy as well. It's sort of used in that context. And we don't even use it in that sense. We would say, oh, that's terrible. Oh, I'm really sad to hear that. But we would never apologize for someone feeling unwell. So someone actually said to me, oh, I'm so sorry you're unwell. And I'm like, that's okay. You didn't cause my sickness. You don't need to apologize. But I thought, oh, there's probably a few different, the theme can be open to many different ways. So it could be sympathy, you're feeling for someone. So lots of different things. Or whoops, I really did the wrong thing. So it could be that too. It's an endearing quality to be humble. That's very true. No, keep saying sorry, Lisa. It's lovely. But we were like so confused. We're not apologizing. Yeah, but in Australia, we would be like, why are you saying sorry? Like, it was just a very different saying that we hadn't heard before. And we're like, oh, okay, that's random. That's different. You're apologizing for my sickness. It's okay. Did you give it to me? Did you pass this on? No. I don't know what. We were just confused. But then when we learnt it, now we've started sort of saying, oh, Bruno, I'm so sorry. But we can't say it without doing it in an American accent. So. Also, when someone experiences loss. Yeah, we kind of do use it for if there's a death in the family, or but even then we might just sort of say we're really sorry for your loss. Yes, there we go. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, but we wouldn't just say, oh, maybe we might say I'm so sorry, but only in that context. Yeah. I think women say sorry about so many things. Yes, that's very true. We do say sorry a lot. Sorry about my house. That's what I did yesterday when my friends came over. Sorry, it's not really good. My friend's like, whatever. You haven't seen my house. So that is this week. We had, the highlights, my big blog hop. We've released this brand new training program. So we've been crazy busy trying to keep up with all of that. I'm glad you like the theme. That's very exciting. And I've already put the theme up for next month. So if you have a blog and you want to be part of our international blog highlight, we'd love to have you. I'll put up the link so that you can be part of it. Correct, Cheryl. Cheryl just asked, I've been meaning to ask you, did Frank Natoli used to have a greengrocer shop in Reservoir many years ago? I do believe that our relatives did have a greengrocer shop. So it very much could have been like a great uncle or something like that. I'm not sure if it was in Reservoir. We have relatives in Kew and Baldwin, but yes. You thought the same thing about Frank. There you go. It's apparently a well-known name here in Melbourne. But Dad's up in Queensland. He left Melbourne when he was young. But yeah, it probably is a relative. Because I do remember vaguely there being fruit greengrocers in the family. And then they all went into lawyers and teachers and doctors and chefs, and it's all different now. But there you go. Small world, huh? Your mum worked there at the greengrocer. I'm going to have to ask Dad about this. Wonder if he's still listening. Dad, they're asking about your relatives. He might have just popped in. Hi. Bye. I will ask him about that. See what he knows. But that's very interesting, Kay. It's a small world, as they say. 7 degrees of separation. So what else do I have to show you? I showed you some goodies last week. I do have these. These arrived today in a big box. I was really excited, and then I was like, couldn't I have got some more Knuckabilly other than just this? But this is what I got. Hello from South Dakota. I got 10 of these. So I was in a big box with 10 of them. I'm stocked. Jessie, we're stocked up. We're ready. We are loving chopping and gluing. So we're set in time for tomorrow, because I'm sure we'll be making, 100 cards or something like that. That's what we usually do when Jessie's here. Wow, what a small world. Used to work for his opposition, Cheryl. What was his name? Was he Frank Natoli as well? Because I think he had the same name, and I think he might have been a great uncle or something. 1 month supply of Tombow. Just about. Yes. So there you go. 10 Tombows. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of Tombows. I'm loving my Tombows. So I want to flip you, and I want to show you something cool. So I've got 2 things I want to show you today. We'll whip through them so that I can show both of them. But I really wanted to work out a way to make a little envelope using our 6x6 paper. Now, this may have been shown somewhere. I'm sorry if it has. I barely have time to look at any of my own videos when I'm uploading it, let alone anyone else's. But I looked at my envelope punch board, and it could have been me too. There could have been an answer to this, but I could not find the right measurement. But I wanted to do a little envelope that would be a good fit for my business cards, because I'm giving away a lot of different vouchers and things for my team, and vouchers for my customers, because they're doing the collect and win voucher. All of my beautiful customers, they're collecting amazing things and posting it on our VIP group. So I just wanted something cute to put it in, because it's a bit of fun to put it in a pretty little envelope. And I did not want to have to cut my 6x6 paper. So I wanted to just be able to fold it, use my envelope punch board, fold it, no cutting, and get the correct measurements. So I don't know if you've seen this before. I don't know if anyone's done it, but anyway, I came up with an idea. So I'm going to show you how I did this, because I think it's super cute. It's a little bit bigger than a typical business card holder, but I figured, for the sake of not having to chop, I'm sure they don't mind having a little bit bigger. Hello there from the UK. Just a spot of glue, yes, just a little bit of glue working, nothing major. So I'm going to flip you around and show that, but there's also something else that's very exciting. You may have seen my live last week that I did on Thursday. It was just an impromptu live that I did, and I wanted to show the new velvet paper that has come out with a pre-order. Customers cannot order this pre-order yet. It's just for demonstrators only. Customers will be able to order it from the 1st of November. Hello, Katrina. So it's called white velvet paper, and you are going to want to get your hands on this white velvet paper. I mean, everything that comes in this bundle really is just beautiful. But there's these gorgeous snowflakes. I showed these on Thursday. And there's 2 stamp sets. I just got the Happiness Surround stamp sets, but there's another stamp set as well. that goes with this that's more Christmassy, which we don't celebrate Christmas, so I didn't get that. But there's also the velvet paper. Now, until you get the velvet paper, you do not understand what this paper is like. It's so beautiful and luscious and gorgeous. The texture of it. Look, I'm wiping my hand. Like, oh, it's so beautiful. So I'm going to show you a few different techniques with that paper that I discovered yesterday. Had a bit of a play and I thought, what am I going to do with this paper to sort of get the most out of it? I want it to really pop. So the code here in Australia was 149619, but you can only get that if you're a demonstrator. So if you're a customer, you could add everything to your starter kit. If you wanted to join, you could get it straight away. These are all the perks that you get as a demonstrator. One of the many is getting things early. So let's do a little flippy flip, and I'm going to show you what I did with my paper, because you are going to flip out when you see this. You'll be just like, what and how? How is this possible? But this is how cool this paper is. So I think if we do this, I'm loving this new little studio thing. This is going to be exciting for you to all see this. So we'll go over here and have a look. And, oh, it'd be good if I could have both, but I don't think I could sit this far away. We'll try it for a bit and see if I can talk to you and have the picture in as well. Because that would be a bit tricky. I'm just, using you all as guinea pigs at the moment. You're all used to being guinea pigs anyway. And I think I'll bring myself over here so that I can go, hello there. And hello there. I'm a little bit further away. So I think what I'll have to do is just make sure my camera's a little bit further back so that I can chat to you while I'm crafting. It's a bit fancy, isn't it? Do you like that one? You can tell I'm a bit excited. It's the small things in life that get you excited. Just little things. So this is the amazing paper. Now, the way that I have used this paper shows you just how amazing it is, because I think it brings out just the incredible texture that's in the paper. And I've really had to figure out a few different ways of using it and to get the most out of it. And in actual fact, when I first started this, it really scared me because I thought I'd wrecked it. I was like, ugh, that looks disgusting. I really don't like that. And in actual fact, I started with this piece here. So that was my beginning bit. And I think it looks okay. Like, obviously I need a little bit of practice with it, but it really surprised me how it sort of turned out. And it did not look good when I first did it. So I'll show you these two techniques that I've used with this paper. And of course, I'm sure you're going to come up with so many different ideas, but it's just nice to have a few things up your sleeve when you get the paper to know what to do with it. So I'll just jump on in, move my little screen away for a moment so I can jump in and show you, because I'll stand up and create now. So with this first one here, this one was quite easy to do, and I'm going to be a little bit fancy. So I've just used my, oops, could help if I make sure, good thing I'm using blue. Just to make sure your whatchamacallit aqua painter is clean. But anyway, you just want to get some water over this. And nothing major, but just a little bit of water. Don't stress too much about this ink on here, because I'm going to be using all sorts of ink on here to cover it all up. And what I thought I would do, oh, it's grabbed a bit of hair. I just did a bit of water, and of course I've completely made this up. Like, this is not something, I don't even know if Stampin' Up! Has recommended this, but anyway. It seems to have worked out all right on this one. So then what I did was just grab my re-inker. And this one I just did one colour, but I'm going to be a bit adventurous and use a few different colours on this one. So I've got Bermuda Bay, Granny Apple Green in the re-inker, and the Gorgeous Grape. And this was a card that I made for my swaps. I did these colours and I absolutely loved them. So when you look at that, you're like, are you for real? And that is how this started out. So then I just came back in with my aqua painter, and you could do a number of, like if you had a couple of different aqua painters, you can do that, because you're going to get a lot of ink happening here. And you don't want to sort of, I mean, you can smush it around. Depends what colours you're using. But I want these to be quite defined and separate from one another in colour. So we'll come back over this one. And I actually noticed in this, I like having a little bit of sort of white left in between. I love the look of that. And then we'll come in here and do the Gorgeous Grape. And this is very velvety and smooth and beautiful. It's just a gorgeous paper. So that is looking like chaos. It looks like a murder scene, right? But as that dries, it's incredible how it changes. And we might even be able to use the... You're painting... This is killing your OCD, is it, Jessie? What's not OCD about this? Is it all this ink everywhere? Are you not coping? So I really love... yeah, the block layers, but then I also wanted to add that little bit of white accent because I'm going to put it on a white base, and that just sort of brings everything together. And as it dries, you'll notice that, oh, my picture's frozen. Is it just for you, Alison? Maybe go out and back in again. It's all looking good my end. Hopefully everyone else is happy. Oh, your school colours, and you actually like it. When I see my school colours, I'd start having like an anaphylactic shock. I'm like, oh, I don't want to think about school. So yes, so this will just let dry. And in fact, I won't finish this card today. I want to show you on my blog. So you're going to have to come back and see how this finishes. But I'm super, super excited about this paper. Now, there was another way that you can use this paper, or what I found anyway. Yeah, it looks like you just need to go out and back in, Kerry. Hopefully that helps. So I've got another, and by the way, I've cut this down the regular card size, which is 10 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters. And for all our Imperial peeps out there, that will be this one, the 5.25 by 4. That's your regular card front size. So that's what I use for my card front size anyway. So let's wet this one and do a different sort of technique with this one this time. So, oh, it's still got a little bit of purple in it, but that's okay. This one gets very messy, so it's not going to kill it if there's a little bit of purple. You would have spritzed it. Oh, yeah. Well, this is exactly what I was saying before. You can just go with this how you like. But this is my little thing. But you can spritz, you can, all I've got here is the Stampin' Mist and the and the spray that we're trying to keep for ourselves, aren't we, Jessie? We've been using Aqua Spray. Oh, rude person. This is the new velvet paper, Deborah. So it is brand new, and only demonstrators can get it at the moment. So I want you to see this. This was my other idea. And I know you guys are going to come up with even more amazing things, but this is just the fun I had yesterday. I was playing with ink yesterday. And I'll do one up over there. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Now, you can do exactly what someone mentioned before, doing the spritzing, but I just grabbed it and just sort of had a play with each colour. It's amazing how, even though there's so much ink in that area, it's almost like you can lift off all of that ink from that area just by sort of smooshing it around a little bit. And then you can come in here, have some fun. I tried to sort of keep, like the first one I didn't keep the colours separate, and it was still fine, but I think sort of keeping each colour, like grabbing each colour at a time was a bit of fun. I promise I haven't dirtied the room too much, Jessie. Just a bit. Just a little bit. So you can see how it still has that block colour, but I haven't grabbed it and ran with it all the way across, because I did that with my first one. And with different colours like this, and it probably looks so strange right now, but it is incredible that eventually when it dries, it just has this beautiful merged sort of, like it all just flows into each other, which is cool. And it's probably true what someone said, even spritzing it. I don't even have, I'll be naughty and use, you're all going to go, no. Oh, actually, that's even a nice effect. Ooh, it's like taking bits out of it. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that, because that's going to have splatters over it as well. I can still smell the Stamper Mist. It smells so good. So there you go. There's my little play today. And I'm loving the colours. But I will show you how much these change when they dry, because I could not believe the difference from this one. When I first saw it, I was like, ew. But now I'm like, this is really cool. And this one here was this effect here. So they are my little sponging techniques. I really hope you liked them. And that's using the velvet paper. If you can't wait till November, you can join my team today. I'd be more than happy for you to do that. Then you can add all the other items to your basket as well, because there's quite a number. There's the happiness surrounds, there's the thinlits, these thinlits as well, and there's another stamp set. So by the time you get all of the items, it's almost $169, and then you'll get some freebies as well. That's what I love about the starter kit, is you get lots of extras. Now, I wanted to show you this envelope, so I just want to quickly just show how I did this. So I'm just going to move this whole thing to the side, this sheet as well, so that they can dry over here on their own. Ta-da! Thank you, grid paper. You're so good to me. So we have our 6x6. Has anyone seen this before? I'd be very interested to hear if you've seen this before, because, yeah, I didn't really look. I didn't look online. Stampin' Up! Business card holder. That's probably what I could have looked under. But anyway, that's what I'll put it under. Stampin' Up! Business card holder. No, Jessie. There is not ink everywhere. Look at this tidy room. Can you spritz it at the end too? Yeah, of course. So here is our punch board. Yours might be a little bit different. Ours has metric. I don't think you guys have metric on yours. But all I did was grab the paper, and I went to 3 1/4 inches. I went by the 1/4 inches. I just found it was easier because they've got bigger lettering. And it's interesting because the way that I realised like what to put, so I sort of gauged, I put my card here and I sort of looked at it and I thought, well, if I wanted it to be, you know, sort of semi-centered on the page, where would I sort of do my scoring? And I just had to play like with a few different sheets. And if you don't want to use your DSP to do that, to sort of, you know, fiddle around, you could just cut a piece of paper this size. But I found that by using what I wanted to put in there, then I sort of, it gave me an idea of where to start my scoring. So hopefully that tip helps you with something else. So I just went there, and then after that you can just easily grab it from the fold, and we'll see how this turns out. I think the other one that I tried was 3.5 inches, but we'll see how this looks because it will give you a few ideas. Yeah, I think this one was a little bit bigger, so I think it was the 3.5 that I did. Oh, and I like to go fold outwards. The score line that I use, oh no, this looks right. We'll have a look. Ah, yes, no, it was 3.5. So this was the 3.25, and I liked this. Like, it's cute and it fits sort of more snug this way, but it's just a lot taller. So it's like they've got to dig in there to find it. And I did like the fact that this was sort of more, it's amazing what a 1/4 inch difference makes. But that's a really cute little envelope. Like, I'd be happy with either. And depending on the size of your card, like if you wanted to stick this inside your card, then that will work really well. So, yeah. And I'll do another one the other size. So let's grab this colour and I'll just see if this was the right one. So 3.5. I love these colours. The night of navy with all the vibrant colours, so pretty. So yeah, if you don't have a punch board, like this envelope punch board is just so good. And I've seen Poodles, she does so many different ideas with it. You don't just have to do envelopes, it has a lot of different uses as well. Yeah, this is the one. I love that it's got the pattern on the inside too. So there we go. Or is that different again? Oh no, that's the one. Yep. So that was 3.5 inches that I started with. And then this is the card. So it's a little bit wider, but I liked the fact that it wasn't as tall. And you could sort of tuck that down if you wanted to. Have a little fold there, or just leave it as is if you can't be bothered. It's up to you. But I liked that sort of look. It looks like one of those envelopes you receive when you're at the shop. And how cute is that? And the same with here. There's a really cool little addition to this envelope punch. Up the top there's a little rounder. And I know people use this rounder for other things other than just an envelope. But look how cute that looks now. Look, it's just very simple, just a small little rounding. But it just makes it look so sweet. And you could cover that with washi tape or whatever you wanted to there. But I thought that might be a little handy tip for putting in little notes, or for those who use the business cards, if you need to send something just small, you can send that and then just put a little note inside if you wanted to. If you don't have a huge amount of time to make a card, I think this is a really nice alternative. In fact, we should have a look and see. I've got some Memories and More here. We'll just see how they, oops, there goes the stamp set. See how they fit in, because we've got some of these. And what's really nice is you can have like one of these note cards just right on there. And voila, look at that. It's like I designed it on purpose. Although it's a little bit, yeah, it's just a little bit too short here. So you could probably go, yeah, if you go 3 3/8, let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's make one for our I'm getting all excited now. I'm creating with you. I love creating. Let's do, oh, this one looks nice and vibrant. Does that go with that card? Yes. I feel it does anyway. So let's try 3 3/8. I'm just guessing here. I'm just totally winging it with you. This is me just getting out there having fun. 3 3/8. And then we'll do the next side. And this side. Nice to see it in action. So you just, for those who haven't used the envelope punch before, once you do one, I should have explained this, sorry. But when I do my first one, so the first one I did 3 3/8 and I scored that. So that was on this side, sorry. So you're not confused. So I did it at 3 3/8. I did that score line and punched it. Now, once you've done that one, that's all you need to measure, because after that, you just line it up with this little point here. Line up your score line, punch, score. So you no longer have to worry about the measurements at all, which is really cool. So it's just that first measurement that you do, and then after that, sweet as, you don't need to look at the measurements at all. So in case you're wondering why I'm just whipping through it, that is why. Now let's see here how this is going to look. Will the Memories and More card fit in? This is the moment of truth. Who's saying yes? Now it was 3 3/8, definitely. 3 3/8 fits perfectly, people. Perfectly. Look at that. So I don't know if it's on here because there is a lot of information on here, but I was looking for like the actual size here, and I could not for the life of me find something that fit my business card, because I was looking for something that was where are we here? That might be why, because I was looking for something 12 centimeters. Hang on, let's measure it over here. 9 by 5.5. So is there anything on here that's 9? No. Good. I'm still vindicated. Oh, no, here we go. Oh, no, that still wouldn't be the right size because that's 5.1. Good. I'm vindicated. I was like, oh my goodness, I measured it wrong, because this starts with 3 centimeters here, and I was measuring going, nah, there's nothing at 12 centimeters. But anyway, I hope that is a cool little solution for you, for those that sort of say, oh, I don't have time to do a card, or I don't have time to send something in there, like, you know, this person's contacted me and I don't have time to do that. Well, this is the perfect solution. Just do a really cute little envelope, and then use your Memories and More to do a little note for them. And how beautiful. Like, I would be very happy with this arriving rather than nothing. I'd be like, oh my goodness, this is so cute. I want one of these envelope punch boards. And then you can make all these cool Memories and More cards, put them to good use. Oh yes, I'll show you where I glue. So there's a lot of measurements here, but I found they were sort of for bigger items. But I really, I was like a bit at a loss for something that was for a business card. I'm like, am I not reading it right? So maybe you guys can tell me, but this is 5.1, but I needed 5.5, and I needed 9 centimeters, and that's under 9 centimeters. And then this one here, I think it's a bit too big, but then the paper size was not the paper size I wanted, because I wanted it to stay 6 by 6. So anyway, I've just invented a new envelope. So I hope you can utilize that. So remember that this one here we did at 3 3/8. So I'll get the proper measurement here so you can see it. Yes. So 3 3/8 inches, or if you're a if you go by your metric, it's 8.5. That's the only measurement you need to know for the Memories and More. And you're more than welcome, like if you're going to put a little memories and more little note card in there, which is kind of cool, well, you could put your business card in there too. So that will kind of work for both. But if you like the rectangle type one, which is that one that I did there, that is 3 3/4. So I'll pop those measurements up. 3 1/4, or it looks like 8.2, but anyway, just go by this, it's easier. Go by 3 1/4. And this one here was the one that I did at 3 1/2, which was, yeah, just a little bit wider. So there are your three different. But I'm very excited. Are you excited too about this Memories and More one? I'm really excited about that, and I just came up with that then. Isn't that exciting? We'll just even do the top. I'll show you where I glued. So I actually used tear and tape on this. I just found it a lot easier. You can use Tombow, of course, but it just takes a little bit longer to dry. And I just found it was really easy just to whip out my tear and tape. I've got it over here. So I just did two little sections, so I can just rip that off, which is cool. Just one there and one there, and you don't need a lot because this tape's really strong. Whip that off, whip that one off, and boom, that's your card, that's your envelope done. And that's all I did. And if you want to tuck that in, you can, or cut it off, whatever you want to do. I don't mind it sitting there like that. And then for this section here, I think using washi is nice. Because if you use washi, it's just easy to pull it off when they get it. So they can just put it across there like that. This is why we need to use more washi, people. Because, you know, we need more. Actually, I think this one here would be really good. Because see how it just comes off. And if I want to, I can take that off again and go, you know what, I'm not using that washi. I'm going to use the grey washi, which is part of the Best Root. So grab that, put that across there. Or if you wanted to, you could just use some glue dots or something like that. So there you go. A few different things to show you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to share if you think there's someone that would benefit from a few different envelope ideas, and just a quick and easy way to send your friends or family or someone who's contacted you. You need to send something quickly and you don't want to send something without a little card or something handmade in there. This is just a really quick, simple, easy way to do that, and it's just using our 6x6 paper, which from what I hear sometimes people can struggle with. So it would be really cool if we tell Stampin' Up to have some 6x6 paper that coordinate with our Memories and More. Ooh, wouldn't that be exciting? So that's another idea. So let me switch you back. Let's switch to, I'll make sure I move back a bit, otherwise it's like, whoa, Kylie, I've just got your face right in the camera. I'll just straighten it up before I switch it over. So I hope you enjoyed that. I haven't been looking at comments because my computer went down. So let me check out comments now. I could do more than one thing at once. Did you like my envelope? I'll go through your comments now and check. Make sure that you saw it. You may need one of those. Oh, I love it when I enable people. I'm sorry, but I'm enabling you. You need an envelope punch board. If you don't have one, they're fantastic. And it's so easy. Like, how simple is that to make a really beautiful card? And sometimes we can make different sized cards too. And so it's really great if you're making a card that's a different size. You can make an envelope to go with it. But I really love this idea of using our Memories and More sort of range in a different way, and just to send a little note. That's a really cool idea, because we might use the patterned ones if we're not using it for memory making and our photos. We might use all the pattern ones for cards and things like that, because they're brilliant for card making. I absolutely love just sticking a Memories and More card down. But now you'll be able to use your note ones, because they sort of the journaling cards might get left behind. And if the back didn't necessarily go with the front, like if you weren't writing a congratulations, you can easily cover that, put your own sentiment on there, and then all of a sudden your note makes sense. And it's a lot easier than making a full card all from scratch. It's something you can do really quickly. Yeah, we like knuckabilly. I like that you're explaining what knuckabilly means. It's a Tagalog word that means, whoops, accidental shopping. And I don't know any other language that has a word like that. So we love that word because, you know, I do accidental shopping all the time. Whoops, how did that get in my shopping cart? How did my Stampin' Up! Store have that item in my shopping cart? I have no idea. Oh, how did that happen that I pressed purchase? An accidental or unintentional purchase. So it's like going to the shops and going, I did not go into the shops. I'm sure this happens to all of you. I did not go into the shops for all of this. I came in here for one thing. You have just knuckabillied yourself around a grocery store. So next time you do it, you'll be like, knuckabilly. I'm doing knuckabilly. It's just the perfect word. There is no other English word to explain it. Yes, the round corner. I'm glad I taught you something new, Shirley. Yes, the top section has the little rounder. So it has a dual purpose, which is very good. But yeah, I'm glad I brought that out. Oh, Bruno just printed a label, and I think it's a message for everyone. He just sent it from the other room because he can now, because we have a wireless printer. And this is what he printed. There you go. Can you please say hello to everyone for me? Sure, Bruno. Should I show them your other label that you sent me the other day? He's sending messages from the other room to me. I'm like, I am just here. I'm just in the room. You don't have to print a label to talk to me. It's like the new thing now. Forget text messages. Forget Messenger. No, I'm going to print a label and send it to my lovely wife. Hello to everyone. So I'm looking forward to a really exciting week. This week, I decided to get out some stamp sets that I haven't used in a while. In fact, I think this one I haven't used at all. No, I take that back. Once. So Jessie likes that. Yes, wireless printing. So I am very excited to show you a stamp set that I'm going to be using this week on my blog. So look out. Yes, Bruno's feeling good. I'm feeling good. We're in good health, which is good. Hello. But I'm using this bundle here. Who has got this bundle? I have already made the card, and I must say I'm very happy with the results because I actually channeled my inner Tiffany colours. I went to Tiffany & Co. and thought, what colours can I use that make me think of a beautiful woman? And a beautiful woman just took me to Audrey. Jess, you'll love that. I'm always calling people the wrong thing. Yes, her. Audrey Hepburn. So yes, I got that out today, or yesterday actually, and I've got a card coming this week, so have a look out for it. I'm also part of another blog hop this week, and it's actually our first blog hop as part of all the demonstrators that have achieved the Greek Isles trip. So we're all going to be hopping together, so please look out for that. There's going to be lots and lots of inspiration and projects. That will be in a couple of days, I think in 2 days' time. So head over to my blog and check that out. And no, stop. You will knuckabilly this week. I'm absolutely loving this bundle. And it's super cute what I came up with. Because you sort of think cooking straight away with this, but yeah, I've kind of done a bit of a twist. Like it's still cooking because of course there's an apron, but yeah, you'll see. It's got a little bit of class to it. Now, I just want to show you already the changes. This has still got a lot of drying to do, but check this out. Look how much it's changed already. Yes, Very exciting. See how it's like merging? It's doing a male merge and it's like bleeding into each other. So yes, that's very exciting. The other one still has a little bit of time to go, but I'm sure it will magically surprise us. I probably put a little bit too much Gorgeous Grape, but you know, it still looks amazing. So that's the velvet paper. So thank you all for being here today. Thank you. Thanks for popping around. And for those who watch the replay, thank you for watching the replay. For those that are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching me on YouTube. And please subscribe, please follow, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, wherever, because I'd love to catch up with you every week. A tribe merge. You're thinking Survivor already. It really does feel velvety, but I won't put my hand over the coloured one because I'll end up with ink all over me. Have I already got ink all over me? Yes, I do. They're inky hands. But it is beautiful and velvety. It's such a beautiful textural paper. And I've never seen anything like it with Stampin' Up. So really, really exciting to have some new paper. Those were super fun. Good. I'm really happy that hopefully you've learned a new technique or two. Whoops. What happened there? Did you lose me? I think you did. I'm still here. I promise I'm still here. I'm going to have to switch to the other camera so that you can hear me. Oh, you'll be able to hear me, but I can wave to you until I get my phone fixed up. I tried to get rid of an alert and it flipped me to the alert. So that's something new I can learn. Okay, I'm back again. Hello there. It's like I never went. I'm learning quick fixes on this switcher. Yes, it's gone dark. So thank you all for being here. And if you are looking for a demonstrator in Australia, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I do sell Stampin' Up! Products. So you are more than welcome to purchase from me. I'd love you to purchase. So yeah, if you're looking for someone, we would love to help you. And thank you all for being here. Everyone's like, you're black. I'm back. So we'll see you next week, everyone, unless I do a surprise impromptu YouTube live or something somewhere. But you will definitely see me next week. So over and out. Have a great week. Happy crafting and happy knockabilly, everyone. Do those accidental purchases.